Brown getting those hands up. And South Africa going to meet Fiji for the 58th time, with Fiji holding a 34-21-2 advantage. I mentioned Kyle Brown. You see on the Fijian side, the captain Osea Kalinasau, a hand injury. That's casted up. He will not be playing, and taking over the captaincy will be Asaki Katanambau. Should be a good one. The HSBC 7's World Series. Fiji on the left in white, South Africa on the right in the gold and green fluorescence. I am honored to be alongside former New Zealand 7's star Carl Tanana, Bill Seward with you. And Carl, it's a great showdown between, well, you got a Fijian squad that they've won the Rugby World Cup 7s a couple of times, won this tour back in '06. South Africa took it in '09, and South Africa, the two-time defending champions here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, Fiji for me. Yeah, Bill, Fiji for me are the form team in this competition so far. South Africa haven't had it all their way, but they play better than last week. They look very composed, they look very structured, and that'll be what their gaze has been around, especially with Kyle Brown in charge.
My apologies for leading you right up to the soundbite there. There's Federico Anselmi of Argentina with the whistle. He's going to try to keep this one fair, be a law enforcer, as it were. Cecil Africa, of course. What a year he had as a player of the year back in 2011 in World Rugby. He will start things off. South Africa with a cup quarterfinal victory over England 21-14, while Fiji was a 31-12. Winner over France, and they're switching sides, which completely throws me off.
This Fijian team, though, Bill, they want to play on intensity. A big one out with Osea Kalinasau. He's such an important member of this Fijian side with his leadership, so someone has to step up. And the guy for me for Fiji, Semi Kunatani, he is the complete player in jersey 1. Look out for him.
Unbelievable, Kunatani. All right, now going left to right. Across your screen will be South Africa with Cecil Africa to get it underway. Up high, and Kunatani fighting for it. Didn't get it. Looked like Mata might have fell down on it, but picked up by Branko de Prea. De Prea taking it about 10 meters out. Carl Brown spins it off to the big man, Horn. Werner Koch might find an opening. Gets it across, or close to it. And it spits out. Come back with the Brown. Holds it a long time and takes a big hit for doing so as Mata returns. And yet Kunatani hammered by the Blitzbacher. They're going to bring that one back, but not before Very gets a shoulder from somebody. You see Coach Ben Ryan on the sidelines for Fiji. Got his squad in third position in the standings overall after spending 6 years with England. Ben coming over to Fiji, and the Fijians are doing well, I would say, as de Prea goes back. Can't holster that one, and on the bounce, replays it. And Frankie Horn. Frankie Horn found the fountain of youth. He's a runner, I tell you, a dancer too. Smith dragged down by Very. Qua tries to present it to Koch, does. Brown with the flavorful boots leaves one over to Smith, but the whistle, and the scrum will go to Fiji.
Neil Powell, he'll be pretty happy with his troops so far. Frankie Horn, he's already shown what an integral part of this game plan he's going to be, especially against Fiji, because you need a tough guy to make them tackle you, take them to deck, and then shift the ball quickly.
Going to need a couple tough guys to make some pretty tough tackles against this Fijian squad. Is Jerry Tuai wearing the 9, holding that one, going to feed the scrum with the watchful eye of Bronco DePria alongside him. Spinning it, Ravovo. And then Viri taken down by Werner Koch. Werner Koch getting a bit physical there. And yet again, as he gets a hold of Tuai. Fiji last year in Vegas won the bowl final over Kenya. They're feeling like they need to do a little more than that last year. And the big man, Mata, rumbles through, and another big guy, Kunatani. Yeah, he's semi-Kunatani, but he's full-on Kunatani here as Africa chasing him to the line.
One of the best players on the planet at the game of 7, Semi Kunatani. Taking it to another level at semi-final time. Look at the power here, the fend-off of Quagga Smith. That is no mean feat. And then he goes around, says a Bronco DePria. So he's used his power and his pace in one movement. And then his fitness to run 80 meters on the fly. A burn off Cecil Africa. Impressive. Capital I built.
He's a farmer, and he knows how to grow it. He also knows how to plant it, and he put that one down for the 20th try on the season for Kunatani. The 24-year-old, 6'3", 213, and you see he's got this year, points-wise.
Well, he gets it done on both sides of the ball. He makes tackles, he offloads, he's able to score a huge number of tries.
He is complete, and he's huge, too. I mean, he's a little over 6'3" and 215, and when a guy runs that fast, he looks even bigger.
Especially from behind, which a lot of people are normally.
Ravovo with the restart. Far side. Sanatla. Oh, Sanatla hit well by Mata. Mata goes splata. DePria rolled over. Brown clears it out of there. Smith. Back inside Sanatla. He leaves it. Frankie Horn. Oh, intercepted. Fiji going back the other way. Not gonna get him. Mata.
Oh, what a beautiful read on defense from Mata. He's exhausted after that run. They had the numbers to the left-hand side, did the blitz pocket. Frankie Horn delivers it to Kyle Brown, the captain. As soon as he threw it, you could see that he knew. Oh no, throwing it to the only bloke in a white jersey. And the desperation on the face of Mata. He knew he had to get over. You got to take every opportunity, and he does.
A great effort by Werner Koch coming across and really trying to snap that thing out of there. But Mata at 6'5" and 235, you're trying to tackle a locomotive.
Well, that's where it's so unfair on a lot of teams, because all these blokes are so big and so strong and so fast, whether they're back or forward.
And Fiji with a 12-0 lead on South Africa in this, the Cup semifinal. Neil Powell, yeah, I would say concerned, and then some.
Can't sleep on them. Though Bill, the South African team, they've been here before.
Now, you give it away like that, especially in the big ones, it's going to be painful for you. And look, a spot opens right up, and it's punched up. Tuai going for it, but coming back now is Africa. His running mate Sanatla to DePria, and he can't find the handle. Oh, you thought for a second, Carl, that was an automatic. You got those three guys motoring and tossing it back and forth with each other. You would think that would do it. Quagga Smith with a good hit and hold up on the defensive side. Not rolling away, however, and so the penalty awarded to Fiji. Dragged down is Ravovo. The ball knocked forward by Frankie Horn, and that'll bring a whistle and maybe a card.
Oh, this is tough, Bill. This is tough for me. He's saying that he knocked it down intentionally, so he's going to sit for the next 2 minutes. Frankie Horn making it all that much tougher on D.
So Horn has a seat with a little over half a minute to go in the first half.
Wait.
which means he should come into the second half, maybe a minute and a half into it. I know it took me a while, Carl, because my math is just terrible.
I did it 3 times at Fifth Form Bill, so don't ask me. But where Fiji have been so impressive in this game is that they've out-muscled the bully. They've been very physical in this first half.
The kick to touch. And so on this near side will be the line out for Fiji with a 12-0 lead with time winding down in the first half, and Frankie Horn in the sin bin. Fiji looking for yet another one as Tuai to Ravovo. Ravovo gives back to Tuai, circling back inside, and a nice move. Hello, Jerry.
Stepping up in the playmaker role, Jerry Tuai, so good with his footwork. See that nice inside offload from Ravovo. Here's a standoff. Saw Jerry Tuai trailing. Look at that. The way he's able to just stop and go on a dime bill. You just can't teach that.
I talked to Jerry. He says he wants to be a pastor when in the future here, and he had some of his minor prayers answered there, crossing the paint. And the conversion attempt by Ravovo. Yes, sirree. It is Fiji with a 19-0 lead at the half of their Cup semifinal showdown with South Africa. The Sunrise Mountains in the background. A beautiful setting in Las Vegas on a Sunday afternoon. Glad you could join us, and let's listen in to Coach Neil Powell of South Africa.
So it's coming singles gun. So 1, 2, 1, and then see ya. Alright, so Javier's varies. The varies in the middle. That is the middle. Right, see ya on this side.
The baseball captain is done like this. You know, Max, you were hearing the don't give up, don't give in the rugby anthem right now.
All we have to do is beat up Malua. Penalties, kick to touch, take our time. Territory. Still play it our way. If it's on, it's on. But kick off, eh? We look for the space. None of that over in turn, Matau. Frankie's off. There'll be a space somewhere. But it's all about regaining possession, looking down blind sides, and in Talu all the time. Not just once, not just twice. Around the ball all the time. If you're defending next to Sammy, you're next to Mossy, you're next to Ice. We are Talanoa, we're talking. Eh? Hey? Hey? Come on! Mine!
The last word said by the captain, Osea Kolenesau. And interesting to see Ben Ryan, the Fijian coach, fired up, talking about territory, using the kick, whereas South Africa, Neil Powell, very calm in his delivery with his message to the South African scene.
Yeah, you saw Osea Kolenesau with the cast reaching up there in the middle of that huddle. He, of course, with a hand injury earlier in the tournament. And yeah, sure, they could use him, but you know what? They're doing okay at 19-0 at the half against the two-time defending champions. Ravovo had the kick and got it swatted back to him by Vera Malua, and now heading to the corner, Kunatani.
Well, I know you got a guy in Seattle called Marshawn Lynch. They're going to have a little talk about it.
Copy. 10 back on.
Yeah, the thumbs up, like I was going to say, Bill. You got a kid called Marshawn Lynch. He goes into beast mode. Well, I tell you, this number one is doing exactly the same here in America. Nice tap back. Look at that, flying in the air, body contact. A good release from Ravovo, and this kid straight away palms off with his right hand, then his left, then a right again, and scores with a guy on his back. Oh my goodness, you run out of superlatives for the bloke.
let me give proper credit to who went up in the air sacrificing his body, and that is the captain for this match for Fiji, Isaki Katanabau. At 6'3" and 205, he went up ever so. I mean, talk about some springs, and then didn't really care about where he landed or how he landed, as long as he got that ball back to his teammate that resulted in a try. Frankie Horn off the seat in the sin bin, and a 24-0 Fijian lead. Werner Koch runs into Jocelyn Veramalua. Phil Snyman. Ooh, a little bowl in a China shop. Phil Snyman. To Carl Brown weaving his way through. To Werner Koch. Oh, a trio of blondes for the Blitzbaka. And then spins it off to Bronco Dupria. And Dupria to Sinatla. Snyman picks it up. Africa's out there and could walk in from here, but he'll run anyways. Cecil Africa dotting it down.
Still a long time to go in this game, Bill. Over 5 minutes before they scored that try. Exactly what this game needed, and especially the Blitzbaka. Some confidence. I think they need to get Sinatla on the wing rather than at the center position. He sets it up there. They get a good clean and a nice release there from Snyman. And then Cecil Africa, he gets it started for the Blitzbaka.
What a difference this game looks like if you don't have that second half kickoff go so Fijian. If you are Neil Powell, you'd be looking at just being down, what, 10 points at this, and then all of a sudden everything changes. But Ben Ryan sort of emphasized to his squad, let's get that one early if we can. And they did. On the restart, Africa with 4 tries in Las Vegas, the 2011 Player of the Year, getting close to 1,000 points. He's the all-time point leader, South African 7's. Kunatani. The very. Oh, and some big stepping on the way. Hold it up, Katanabau. It gets booted free, and there will be a whistle.
Oh, no,
we might have a conversation and a card. You know what? Some days it's just not your day, as first Frankie Horn went to the penalty box, and now Carl Brown to the sin bin.
Yeah, ill-discipline will kill you in any top-level sport. In South Africa, unfortunately, having to be forced into doing that because they just have no ball, no possession. Look at him, he's carrying it like a loaf of bread. Goes down the deck. Good tackle by Werner Koch there. And the early tackle there, it is there. Yep, justifiably so. Gets a yellow card.
On the line out, as Kyle Brown watches, South Africa was 6 men, Fiji was 7. Chris Dry wearing the 1 jersey into the contest for South Africa. Dry, the 27-year-old, had 25 points in the Las Vegas tournament last year. Very, the 2014 Player of the Year, thrown down to the ground, holding on, and so a break of sorts for South Africa. And then a loss of possession. Back it comes this way, and getting to extend the boots and move a little bit is Jocelyn Veramalua. Veramalua, the only support he's got is green, but he flicks it to Chris Dry, who gets run over by Emosi Bulavoro. Back to the center, Sinatla. In turn, Warwick Yolande. And the forward pass means a scrum to Fiji.
Well, they're just hitting and hoping now. South Africa, time really is against them, and Fiji, defense outstanding in this one. Coming up line speed, shutting down the threat of the likes of Sinatla, not letting them give 1 inch of space. And when you're down to 6 men, Bill, well, it makes it all that much tougher. Look at that ball given away. Over twice as many, and in the big games, you just can't do that.
Manuele Lanai into the contest, wearing the 2 for Fiji. And then on the South African side, the 8 is Rhino Benjamin, the 9, Roscoe Speckman. A reminder coming up, got a pretty good showdown for you on paper. We'll see how it plays out on the pitch. New Zealand and the USA in the second Cup semifinal.
5, 7.
Tuai back to the center. Ruvovo says, look at my red boots. And while you do, I'll move forward.
Leave the ball.
On the turnover. Off and running. South Africa. And Sinatla, you're not gonna catch him.
Well, finally gets on the game, on the wing where he should be. This kid has been outstanding over the first 3 rounds. Nice run there by the replacement Speckman, and he gives it to this bloke, Siobala Sinatla, and he has got home run speed built.
Oh, big time. 120 points coming into this tournament this season. Had a birthday on Tuesday, turning 22. I don't think he lost a step.
Oh, he's a good kid too. Very well mannered, very humble.
Warwick Gallant on the restart, into the sun. And off the bench comes Kyle Brown. So at even strength. Nicely done by Rhino Benjamin to keep it forward, but Kyle Brown, no, off the mark. Scooped up, however, by Phil Snyman. He is thrown down.
Still time,
and they'll
Bill.
bring it back, yeah, to where they had an advantage going, and Gallant gets a couple meters out. Brown reaching in to try to extricate it from the pile. Done cleanly this time, and now Brown with it. Outside, Snyman gonna make the step, put a hand down, get back up, and Phil with the pill over the line.
It's a 12-point game. If they take the conversion quickly, they're going to have time for a kickoff. We're counting them down, 9 seconds. They've got to be quick.
It'll be from an angle out there. And yet good. So down 5 points. And there will be a kickoff as Federico Anselmi racing out to halfway.
Oh, geez, he's
you never know, Carl.
Oh, the kickoff. We spoke about how important it was. Fiji dominant. Now it comes down to this. Oh, who would have called it?
And you got to look up into that sun. Will it go 10? It does. And grab. Nice mitts by Kunatani. And the advantage to Fiji. The man goes out, and that is it. Moving into the final. Fiji with a 24-19 victory over the 2-time defending champ, defending no more, South Africa.